Hi, guys. It's nice to get the chance to talk to you. We're really excited to have you joining the cast. And first and foremost, I wanted to ask you, how familiar were you with the show before joining the cast?
Andrew, take the.
Yeah, familiar is a very good word for what I was before joining the cast. I was obsessed, extremely so. I loved it so much. I yelled at everyone about it. I definitely think I actually did have a dream about it one time. Like I would watch it nonstop. I loved it so much. And I was like, when I finally got on to set, I was quoting people's lines in their faces. Nobody should have allowed me to come into this professional place of work.
So
But
you're a real fan.
I'm a real stan. I really, really am. So to be here now and just doing this and getting to talk about it all day is like my favorite thing.
Fun fact, Andrew would sometimes play the episodes on the way to rehearsal.
Oh, I would play them on the way to yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I would watch an ep because I would always wake up early because I'd be nervous. So at like 4 in the morning before I'd leave, I would watch an episode of High School Musical, the musical series, before we would shoot every day.
That's dedication.
That is something. It's definitely something.
So, how did you feel, especially when you joined the cast, being so familiar with the show?
It was totally surreal. I mean, seeing these people that I admire so much as human beings, who I had sort of had relationships with some of them because a couple of them had actually come to see me in Dear Evan Hansen, the show that Roman and I were in together. But like to then not only see them as the human beings that they are and get to spend time with them, which is enough of a dream come true, but to then see them as Ricky and Nini and Gina and EJ and Big Red and Courtney, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, was a fever dream. It was ridiculous, like to be standing around with them and interacting with them and shaking up their lives. It was bizarre and so wonderful. I would not ever trade that for anything.
That's awesome. Olivia and Roman, how about you? How did you guys feel when you were joining the cast?
Oh man, incredible. High School Musical is just always one of those things that's just always been there. I don't remember a particular moment where I found out about it. It was just always there. It was ingrained, like in the culture and in the world. It was such an iconic thing. Um, and I wish I was as big of a fan. Well, now I am as big of a fan as Andrew, but I can vouch for him and everything that he said. It's very true. But when I got the audition, I didn't physically have time to like watch the full season. So I watched the first episode and the last episode, and then I was like, oh no, I really shot myself in the foot because I got very attached to the characters and very emotionally involved very quickly. And I was like, this is a really good show, and I just ruined it for myself. But before the callback or before I booked it, I got a chance to watch the whole season and do it the right way. And I could not be a bigger fan. It's incredible. Life is a fever dream.
Yeah, I would say Olivia and I actually got to go to our callbacks together. And so it was really great to find out that she got the job and to know that we were going to be able to connect again on set. And yeah, I mean, I would just say it was amazing. I just feel really blessed to be amongst such talented people. And I remember just being on all their Instagrams being like, wow, I can't wait to meet these people. Like, they're so talented and they seem like such fun people. And yeah, they lived up to all the hype I created about them in my head.
Awesome. It's interesting how you mentioned the way that you were connected to these guys before joining the cast, and then the connection that you guys had to the cast itself once joining the show is so different. So, did that kind of add to, was that a bit of a challenge? Did that kind of add to any nervousness that you had, or did it just make you more excited to be a part of the show?
Honestly, everyone was so warm and welcoming every step of the way that any nerves I had about, meeting these people who I speaking for myself, but I think for all of us who I saw as like titans and brilliant, brilliant performers who have so much talent, not knowing how they're going to be, what kind of people they're going to be. I was already really close with a handful of people, but to then get to actually meet them and see that they were everything that they'd been made up to be, was the greatest gift. And then of course to have these connections with each other because we were all going into this really not knowing what to expect. So to Roman and I already knew each other, of course, and we're close friends, but to then add Olivia, who is the best person in the world, we were able to navigate this together while being guided by this existing incredible cast of series regulars.
Amazing. So since you guys are all joining the show and we have yet to really meet your new characters yet, what can you tell us about your characters, or what's a little tease you could tell us about what fans can expect from all of you joining the show?
Ooh, we're here to shake stuff up. Ah.
Yeah.
That sums it up. We're all here really strategically to just kind of shake the foundation of what's already been built so beautifully in season 1, because can't stay that good forever.
Yeah.
Can't say that good. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot is tested. We're there to test people and things that have been built over season 1 and really really shake things up.
We present challenges and temptation.
Aha!
All of the above, baby.
Aye, aye.
You guys have been prepping this, I could tell, because you've got it like all down exactly what everyone wants to hear. It's going to be good.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, that.
Cool. Also speaking about what your experience was like meeting these cast members that you had previously seen on streaming and on Disney Plus and getting to meet them in person, was there anything that you learned from getting to work with them personally that you'll take through life or through the rest of your career? What's something that you've learned from either the cast or just being a part of the show?
I think I learned that they're even better than I thought they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I remember I got to sit down. I'll never forget it. The very first time I sat down for my episode, the very first episode I was in, and I watched, it was a table read. It was before the pandemic, so we were still able to sit down at a table read and read the episode. And I just remember, like, I was so nervous about when it got to my part, but to watch everyone like know exactly what world the character was in, exactly how they would read a line, exactly how to time out something for laughs, like. And then there was a song that like Olivia and Josh like had like they played the songs that they were singing in that episode like live, like they had brought their own instruments, and I was just like, where am I? Like, this is so cool. And so yeah, I mean, they're even better than I already thought. It was crazy.
I think meeting them also just so reinforced how important it is and how valuable it is to really lead with kindness always. And that's a testament to the show as well. But I think every single person in that cast really leads with warmth and kindness. And that's why I really believe that's why the show is so successful, besides, Tim Federle, our showrunner, his vision and the incredible storylines and the fact that it's an excellent show. But the reason why you feel this warmth coming off of your screen is because it's off camera as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could not be more valuable to the show and to us as people coming into this environment.
100%. You nailed it with that. That's kind of what I was going to say. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Andrew, it's all right. Just a little angry.
It's cool. So the love is spread all around. That's what I'm getting from this. Everyone's sharing the love, which is good.
Absolutely.
So last question I want to ask you guys. So Andrew and Roman, since you guys had experience on Broadway, and Olivia, you've been a performer as well. What is it like, especially with you guys that come from Broadway? What's it like filming a scripted musical versus a live musical? Is that a weird headspace to be in? Or for Olivia, what is it like being in a musical scripted show? How does that compare to other types of projects that you worked on? How does that feel like?
I think the biggest quantifiable difference between doing like a live Broadway show and doing what we're doing here on High School Musical and just filming TV is when you're doing a Broadway show or One Lake Dear Evan Hansen, you say the words that you're going to say, and then you don't say them again for the rest of the night. And you're going to do it again tomorrow, but you're telling a full story tonight from beginning to end. You're getting to from A to Z. When you're shooting a TV show, you have a couple words that you're going to say 5 or 6 times today, and then you're never going to say them again. And you're shooting it out of order, and you're going to do it, or it could be 100 times you're saying it. But the point is, you forget it after the day. And that was a very, very new thing for me of learning how to let go, first of all, but also learning that it was okay to mess up, because then we would just get another take. Whereas on Broadway, if you mess up a line, not literally like just give a bad reading or something, then that's the version the audience sees that night, and that's the way the story is being told. Whereas the story here can be told any way that we want it to be told, as long as we get that take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Soap operas are a very, very different animal than a show like this. And in soap operas, you're, putting out maybe 200, filming 200 pages a day, which sounds impossible. So it's a very well-oiled machine, and they physically have to be focused on quantity, and moving on very quickly. Time is always at the essence, which it is also here, but you have so much more time. You have the luxury of time, which has been so valuable. Like, we just how that works in a nutshell. I think my first day on set, we had like a multiple hour long conversation about hairstyles for my character, and then tried them out. And I hadn't experienced something like that, at least in so long. And then I realized, wow, this is this whole other world that I can think about and dig my nails into all these other little details and really get into it. So it's been really fun in that way.
Awesome. I think we're actually out of time, but I wanted to thank you guys so much for taking the time to speak with me. I'm really excited to see all you guys in the show and meet your characters. I think you guys are going to fit right in. So I'm super excited. And thanks so much for talking with us.
Thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
It's so great to meet you guys.